Could silver be Russia's next move in its battle against economic isolation? That's the question some are starting to ask after reports surfaced about the country's plan to bolster its precious metals reserves, with silver making a rare debut on this list of precious metals worth keeping an eye on. Because we're in a world where central banks, especially Russia's, have been stockpiling gold like it's going out of style, and the sudden inclusion of silver in the latest budget plans raises more than a few eyebrows. So why would Russia, or any central bank for that matter, start treating silver like a strategic asset? And what does this mean for the global economy? Let's talk about this. All right, so I want to take a quick minute, share some thoughts in reference to what's happening in the silver market and how Russia might become somewhat of a major player in the next couple of years. And this definitely will have an impact on the price. And so as always, one of the mantras is to get your weight up. And as of right now, if Russia start getting their weight up in assets other than gold, that will definitely reflect in the price. So today I just want to share some thoughts in reference to an article that I just saw based upon the latest report out of Russia and how it might definitely be something that will impact the world's precious metals markets in the days ahead. So as always, if you guys enjoy these short takes, definitely make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe so you'll always be notified when I put up these videos, because the goal is to keep you informed, to help you think outside the box and hopefully one step ahead. So this story here is definitely something you're going to want to listen to. And so the headlines make it clear that Russia has already been ramping up their efforts to shield itself from the financial fallout of sanctions, which have cut it off from the SWIFT banking system and much of the global economy. And for years now, Moscow has responded by hoarding gold and using gold to do business on the international scene. And it's been one of the primary reasons why they've been able to bypass the volatility of currencies and the instability of traditional financial systems they no longer have access to. But now, as of 2 days ago, according to this article here, silver is being added to the mix, which signals a potential shift in how precious metals could be used by governments to manage economic turbulence. And so this article here from Jerusalem Post, entitled "Russia Set to Boost Silver Reserve in Major Precious Metal Strategic Shift," could potentially be the catalyst to send silver surging past its previous all-time highs. Yet a strategic shift in precious metals, Russia's increasing focus on hard assets has largely centered around gold since sanctions started hitting in 2014 and escalated after the 2022 invasion of Ukraine. And of course, gold, historically seen as an ultimate safe haven, has been central to Russia's efforts to diversify away from the US dollar and the euro, which of course has been one of the main catalysts behind the whole de-dollarization push that I've been talking about for several years now. But silver, on the other hand, hasn't gotten the same attention yet. So the question is, why now? Well, for starters, silver serves as a dual role, both as an industrial metal and a financial asset. So unlike gold, which mostly sits in vaults or jewelry boxes, silver is essential for manufacturing, particularly in sectors that are rapidly expanding. So take the green energy movement happening right now. You got solar panels, which are critical to the nation's energy strategy, especially in the age of this whole climate change agenda, which relies upon silver. And then add to that list that it's used in electronics, and you got a metal that's just as much as a future tech as it is about traditional wealth storage. And while gold has been the darling of central banks looking to hedge against inflation and currency devaluation, silver's industrial use may start making it look even more attractive than it has up until this point. So now the real question is, could silver follow the same path gold did during the 21st century? Could central banks and governments, which have long treated silver as a second-class metal, now be reconsidering its value as a strategic asset? So with the silver allocation, it could be considered the next gold. And it's not crazy as it sounds. So think back to the 1990s when gold wasn't exactly beloved by global finance. Many governments and financial elites saw it as outdated, a relic of the past. Yet, fast forward to today, and gold is not just about fashion, it's an essential part of many nations' reserves. Central banks around the globe, including Russia, have been on a gold buying spree for years now. But if gold could shake off its dusty, relic reputation, what's stopping silver from doing the same thing? What makes silver intriguing is its scarcity combined with its utility. It's a lot cheaper than gold at this current moment. The ratio, which is traditionally at the ground, 11 to 1. And as you can see right here, it's 82.44 to 1 at this current moment. Yet it has broader applications, and in some ways, that makes it even more valuable than gold. And so hence the fact that now you have countries like Russia, which are increasingly looking to control strategic materials, could see silver as both a hedge against economic instability and a critical component for future industries. And then let's not forget we got the BRICS nations, an expected announcement of some type of alternative payment system, which could put the alternative financial system outside of Western influence. So having a stockpile of silver to back up these new systems could give them a distinct advantage. And so what exactly am I talking about? Here we have a Russian Minister of Finance report that came out on the 30th of last month, and it gives a total breakdown of the amount of rubles they're going to spend between now and 2025. And silver isn't the only one they're talking about strategically holding on to. As it reads here, it says the list of metals that are planned to be purchased includes platinum and palladium. It says at the bottom, the plan is to acquire refined gold, silver, platinum, and palladium to increase the share of highly liquid assets in the state fund, the explanatory note says. So the timing of this move is also critical. Russia's decision to politically hoard silver comes just as it's signaling a clampdown on critical mineral exports. So this is clearly no coincidence. Russia understands the value of controlling the supply chain overall for the materials that the world can't live without, and silver fits neatly into the strategic plan that they got going on now. So with all eyes glued into this upcoming international forum like the October BRICS meeting, the inclusion of silver could be a part of a broader geopolitical maneuver. So the BRICS nations, having long discussed ways to bypass Western financial dominance, and silver could become part of this equation. So serving both as a financial asset and a vital resource for the industries of tomorrow. So what does all this mean for the silver market? Well, with Russia's announcement alone might not be immediately enough to move the needle, but the longer term implications could be profound. If other nations start to follow suit, silver could see a surge demand not only for its industrial use, but also as a financial hedge, much like gold. And so if we thought the current price action between $30 and $32 was enough to get your attention, imagine if another country jumps on board the same maneuver here, and then it shoots up to 40, then 50, then 60. You kind of get where this should go. So in a world grappling with economic uncertainty, silver could increasingly find itself in the spotlight. And the moment that hit mainstream news in the West, the bullion bank's manipulation could be in trouble, especially if central banks begin to rethink its role in their strategic reserves. So whether it's Russia or any other country seeking to shore up their economic defenses, silver might just become the metal of choice for those looking to secure their financial future. So the primary takeaway of this video is the fact that if Russia sees a role for silver, as well as gold, platinum, and palladium in their strategic reserves, you definitely better make sure you got silver in your strategic reserves as well, on the personal note. But once again, take some time to share with you some headlines that caught my attention. I just think it's very interesting how gold has been the primary focus since it's reached all-time highs in all fiat currencies, or all fiat currencies are now failing or underperforming when valued in gold. And so we've always been waiting on silver to do the same thing. And so based upon activity like this could be the start of that activity that we've been waiting on. So once again, just trying to keep you plugged in, keep you informed, and hopefully one step ahead, because at this current moment with silver at whatever price it is, it's probably as cheap as it's going to be now, barring some short-term dip or correction or something like that in the overall broader markets. But once again, where it has to go, we've never seen numbers or where it could end up. And that's something we're paying attention to. But once again, just trying to share with you what's happening in the news. Hope this was informative to you as well as educational in reference to what nation states are doing. But anyway, curious to hear your guys' thoughts. If you found value, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to get more news notifications like this when they come out. And then the most important thing is take this video, share it on your socials, share it with your family and friends so they can see what nations are doing so that they too can hopefully use this as information that can help them strategically plan their reserves as well. But anyway, looking forward to being on the next one. And as always, I couldn't leave it all this information and not provide some resources for you. So if you're interested, this is a part of the reason why I have the silver team. So go to mysilverteam.com, links in the description. And then if you want affordable fractional gold denominated notes, of course, go to buygoldnotes.com. That link's in the description as well. And other than that, I'll catch you guys later.